Right, listen up, people. If you are under the age of 13, please leave, thank you.
Just to let yous know, there's a ton of swearing in this video, so listener beware.
So for all you coronavirus COVID-19 sufferers and suspected cases being forced to self-isolate, I thought I'd do a few wee games for Xbox One and PS4 that have an infected, feel and tone to them. So I'm going to do two separate videos. Yabba dabba dooby doo. So first up will be Xbox One, and then I'll do PS4. Okay, I'll just pick maybe 5 games for each machine. Try and keep them exclusives. If not, I'll note it on screen which ones are available for other systems. Right, the first game out of the bag will be State of Decay 2. I have to stress these games will be in no particular order, so I hope you enjoy what I'm going to show for you. Right, State of Decay 2, if you've never played it, is an open world zombie game, survival game. I know, the minute you hear survival you're like, really? It's been done to death! This one isn't quite as bad as the rest. You do build things, but it's no like placing every separate wee brick and then having to plumb it in. You just pick a wee plot and you go, I'm going to build a kitchen there. Ting! Somebody will start building it and in about 5 minutes it will be done. And that'll give you buffs and you can build all sorts of things, infirmaries to cure wee diseases and that. If you get bitten, you need to get an infected zombie. I know they're all fucking infected, but there's a very specific type of infected zombie you need to get so you can get a sample of its blood to synthesize a cure, which is kind of cool. It's only universe that I know that when you get bit, you can cure it completely. That's a novelty. You get to drive around in wee motors and then stove zombie seeds in, drive around in wee motors again and then take over a wee building. Don't know if you get survivors that attack you. I don't know if that happens. I can't remember, I've not come across it yet, so that might happen in the future, who knows. But it's went through a huge update called the Juggernaut Edition. And it's basically a graphics overhaul, an engine overhaul. Everything looks better, you get some new stuff. All the previous paid DLC is now free, which is brilliant because I was like, oh, there's new DLC coming out. It's paid, it's like 15, 20 quid, whatever it was. And I was like, didn't really enjoy State of Decay 2 when I first played it. So I gave it a miss, really happy I gave it a miss because now I get it for hee-haw. It's a bit shite for folk that paid for it right enough, but you're still getting this update for nothing, and it does come with its own new stuff. Biggest being an engine and graphics overhaul. It looks nicer and it plays nicer. What's really got to complain about that? So it's also got permadeath. Whenever one of your wee guys or women's dies, bye, gone for good, baby. I've not had that happen yet. You can also get the first game on Xbox One via a digital download, and that was also on the 360, and these are all on the PC, but not PS4. So I really enjoy State of Decay 2, so I wanted to just get the ball rolling with that bad boy. Stove some heats in and shoot some heats in, and I've really tightened up these controls. I'm actually very impressed. And I like going around and picking areas clean of everything. You can only carry so much, right? But nip back to your wee camp or grab a motor, load up the motor, make sure it's got petrol in it or gas. Make sure it's not in a state of absolute fucktitude. Repair that bad boy if you've got a repair thing. Back to your base, deposit those fucking... Aye, mate, it's brilliant fun. And you can set up wee outposts, but you need a certain amount of influence, and that'll bring you ammo or food or medicine or whatever, and you can recruit new survivors as you find them into your camp. Plus you can move camp if there's not enough space, because you will eventually outgrow the initial camp. Plus it's got other areas now. It's got the Heartland DLC as a recreation of the first game's map. So maybe you might not want to play the first game because it's really fucking ropey, and they've kind of improved it for this sequel. So I don't really see the point in playing the first game unless you buy the Ultimate Edition of State of Decay 2, where you get the first game for free. Still a digital download, but hey, it's free. Right, moving on.
gotta find a way out of this city. We're all gonna die. Shit. Wonder if anybody's in there. Don't know why the hell I volunteered for this.
Right, next game up on the list will be Dead Rising 3. This is an Xbox One exclusive, but it's also in the PC. So it is actually just a console exclusive, which is fine. This is a crack me game. Guess what? It's open world. Guess what? Zombies. And when I said infected games, I really should have fucking said zombie games, but some of them aren't classed as zombies. And you'll see that going for it. Right? For it means forward in Scottish slang, okay? So, for it we go with this video. Get me? So, Dead Rising 3 came out 2013 with the launch of the Xbox One. Not a lot of people were too impressed with that, I understand, because back then the Xbox One was to be an online only fuck keep. Thankfully they decided to change all that last minute with Don Matrick being exited out of the company, because who the fuck wants anybody with the name Don Matrick? Don Matrick? Metric ton of Tolly. Anyway, slagging his name off for the fuck of it. Who cares? It's been a long time since then, and I'm not talking about this game, so you'll have people like, fucking talk about the game, prick. Right, so it's also available on the PC. It's Dead Rising 3. It's also got DLC. This Dead Rising 3. It's got like wee stories where you'll go different characters. There's an army guy and some other people. I've never played them, so I don't know. But you've got this city. It's not the biggest open world. It's an older game, right enough, you know. So you get this big city to cut about in, and herein lies one of the problems. Its variety of locales is limited to grey, some brown, mostly grey. Okay, so it's kind of a depressing looking game. It almost looks like a Fallout game. Reminds me of Fallout 3 when you're like going through the green-grey wasteland and your green-grey trousers with your green-grey top and your green-grey hat. I'm a fucking idiot. So, but in spite of all that, I do really enjoy the game because it's more like Saints Row, really. I mean, you get to design. No, you don't get to design. You get to combine your own weapons and cars, and you can combine cars to make like really weird Mad Max type things. You know, I don't know how the fuck he does this in the open world. He just like comes across a bike and a steam road roller and just goes, ta-da! Hold A and you will have something that the A-Team would have made in probably an hour, which he makes in about 30 seconds, which in fact I don't even think as long as that. I think it's like 10 seconds. And they can just make it just there. It's like he just mashes them together. I don't know how he does it. It's very impressive. He's in fact I think Nick, main character, I can't remember his name, Nick something. I think it's not. Who cares? He's not in any other game, and who cares? I don't know. I think he's some kind of superhero, to be quite honest with you. So you can just make weapons out of nothing. But that is a good thing. You don't need to go to a workbench like you do in the second game. Go to a workbench second game and you build your weapons. Makes a bit more sense. But let's face it, it's a fucking video game. A video game involving a zombie apocalypse. There's nothing really realistic about it. So, anyway, you play as Nick, the prick, in this fucking city of Los Perdidos, or did you do this? Fuck it is, I don't know. I don't really actually care about names and locales and these kind of... I'm not selling this, am I? That's alright. We'll do better in the next video, I hope. But I'm gonna... you know, this is part of my humour, I suppose. Absolute, right? I do these videos for a wee bit of, you know, levity. A wee bit of humour. You can laugh at me. I need a drink of water. Hold on, folks. Can it be a wee bit of carcinogenic water to get you started in the day? Oh, I can feel my insides cook a little. Joking. It's fucking Scottish spring water. It's tasty. Not so much out the tap, but if it's cold enough you can't taste anything. So could be Corona beer I'm drinking. Oh, wait a minute, we don't drink Corona anymore because the vast majority of the populace are twats that think you can get a virus from a beer with the same name, and they think that 800 toilet rolls and hand sanitizer is going to save them, even though the hand sanitizer kills bacteria, not viruses. But never mind. You could bathe in that shit and still get coronavirus, okay? Anyway, back to Dead Rising 3. I like it. It's actually my favourite of the Dead Rising games because it adds in the fun of the second game, wee bit of challenge when you're saving your survivors in the first game, so you get you get the best of both worlds, I think, and you don't need to go to your fucking workbench to make your mods. I hated that. If I'm going to be playing a video game, just make it video gamey, please. I don't need it to be realistic, especially in a zombie apocalypse. You're like, oh, it's not realistic enough. You're killing zombies. But it's not realistic enough. Shut the fuck up. So if you're in the mood for a zombie killing, well, these are all going to be zombie games. Let's be fucking honest. If you're in the mood for an open world zombie game that you can get for buttons on your PC or your Xbox One S and X with DLC attached somewhere down the line, or you could just buy the Apocalypse edition of Dead Rising 3, dive into Los Perdidos Nightlife because it's fucking dead.
Oh God. Oh.
And now we have a game that is what I'd like to call a hipster nightmare. Not a hipster's nightmare, that would just be normal people. No, this is a hipster nightmare. This is what I imagine a zombie or even just monster apocalypse would look like if it were through the guise of a twat in a really oversized pair of glasses and the brightest shirt you've ever seen with pastel colours mixed in. A hipster. We all know what a hipster is. Well, got a vague idea about that, but I'm rambling. Right. Game's called Sunset Overdrive. Xbox One, console exclusive, but it's also available on the PC. Might come to PS4 now that the old Sony have bought Insomniac games, but you never know. They might not. So Sunset Overdrive is what I would call a mix of 28 Days Later with Jet Set Radio, which is kind of an interesting concept. And there's a lot of shooting. Lots of fucking shooting. Weird, wacky guns. You've got guns which I'm pretty sure are inspired by Shaun of the Dead because they fire records or vinyl to all the fucking hippie-do hipster motherfuckers out there. And you get like funny coloured machine guns and you'll get like, I don't know, I've got a shotgun that looks like a blunderbuss or a musket with like a flared out snout. It's just a really fun game, and I didn't, obviously I didn't like it at first, but I was like, what in the fuck is this? It's like if The Walking Dead fucking walked into a fucking B&Q and just came out with every paint colour they could think of, and instead of shooting the zombies with guns, they just battered them with the paint cans until they burst everywhere. So the story is that this energy drink's been made, and folk that are drinking it are turning into these weird looking orange monster things called Ood or Odd or OD or whatever. I think it's OD, aye, as in the letter O and then D right after it. I can't say Ood because that's Doctor Who, and we don't talk about Doctor Who anymore. So you cut about, you make your own wee character, make a man or a woman or a wee bit of mix, a wee bit of a bit of a mutt, shall we say, a bit of a androgyny, shall we? It's kind of like Saints Row in that way, where you can be as androgynous as you like, or as masculine or feminine as you like, which I quite like. I like the options. That's what gaming's all about, is options. So think Saints Row when it comes to the character creator, and you're pretty much spot on, which is a good thing. And then you'll cut about and you'll get missions, and you'll skite about this open world, and you're better to grind on surfaces or ledges. Because if you walk, you just get swamped with monsters and die very, very quickly. And you'll get your different types of monsters. You'll get your bog standard wee guys. You'll get ones that blow up. You'll get ones that shoot or spit acid. You'll also get humans to deal with, and they'll shoot their guns at you. And it's good. It's also quite hard, but there's no real penalty for dying other than you just sort of, you'll warp back in of one of various strange ways. It might be Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures phone booth. You might come back as a mummy or a vampire or the DeLorean. I think the DeLorean's in it. It's bizarre. It's like I say, it's a hipster's dream come true, but it didn't sell very well. Probably because it was in the Xbox One, and by the time this came out, everybody didn't like the Xbox One, so it probably sold about 10 copies, maybe 12, including me. But like I say, It's now in PC. It's a lot of fun. It's actually a very satisfying shooter. I highly recommend you go and check it out. And now we reach the fourth title of this video. It is called Dying Light. Now, Dying Light is one of my favourite open world zombie games. I'm not a big fan of Special Infected, but they appear everywhere, so I just have to put up with them for this game, because this game is awesome sauce. Not awesome sauce like you've just found a fucking jar of Dolmio, but it's awesome sauce. It's a great game from the creators of Dead Island, no less. Now, Dead Island was rough. Rough as a badger's bahookie. But this one is still kind of rough, but it's a hell of a lot better than the last one. Brought to you by Techland, and they're doing a Dying Light 2, which has been indefinitely delayed, so that'll not be out this year, which is a bit of a shame. I just hope it doesn't get cancelled, because I will be quite annoyed if it does. I don't have the huge hype for Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2, Dying Light 2. Yeah, Dying Light's a bit of a generic name. It's like Dim Light 1, Half-Light, Half-Life. But anyway, getting off topic here massively. This is an open world parkour inspired zombie romp. You get to bash zombies' heads in. Now, at the beginning of the game, it's very slow. It's very slow and very frustrating, and it can be quite off-putting. But I say if you buy this game, put up with the slowness, go through it a few hours, maybe 10 hours into it, and you'll really start having a lot of fun when you start upgrading your character, and you get different moves. You will eventually get a dodge early on. You'll get the double kick, with the double jump kick. That is so fucking funny. That is one of the best moves in a video game. It's like, if the super shotgun's the best weapon in Doom, then this has got to be the best move in Dying Light. It is like a double barrel shotgun, only it's 2 feet rather than 2 bullets. But it's funny as hell. And you'll get different categories to upgrade: agility, your combat, your survival. And you will upgrade them independently. So you don't need to go, oh shit, I've just upgraded my character. Which one do I pick? You will get specific points for specific things by doing specific things. Like, you run around parkour all the time, but you don't fight anything, you will be able to upgrade your agility, because that's what gets you the agility points. Same thing if you're fighting them, you're not gonna not use parkour. You will be using it a lot. It's fun. It's tough to master though, because you need to actually look at where you're jumping. You don't just jump and then it'll automatically grab it. I mean, it will, but you need to be looking at the ledge you're jumping at. It's like run, and if you're looking forward and you just jump at a ledge, he won't grab it. But if you are running and then you look up towards the ledge and then jump, he'll grab it. Character's name's called Crane something. Kyle Crane, I think it is. I don't know. I don't really care. This story's shite anyway. It's a massive letdown. So they've employed Chris Avellone from Fallout New Vegas and Fallout fame to write the story for the second one. So hopefully it's a bit better. But we'll see. Probably not anytime soon, unfortunately. And then comes the dangers of the night. The bravery you will need to display to get past those dangers. Quite unbelievable. There's also lockpicking like Fallout, which is pretty cool, if you're familiar with that. And not just Fallout, but Skyrim and Oblivion and Bethesda. Yeah, Bethesda lockpicking. So you'll get to upgrade your character. The weapons they've got a durability. You can repair them a certain amount of times, and you'll get an upgrade which will let you skip every second repair. So you get to repair them a total of 9 times. But once that weapon's destroyed, it's gone. Whew. Breath of the Wild style. Gone and forgotten, which is kind of annoying. So this game hails from 2015, so it looks a little rough around the edges. Don't let that put you off though, it is still bloody good. You get wee bases to take over. You'll need to kill all the zombies around about these particular things. Sometimes you'll come across a survivor and they'll turn on you, like they'll turn into a zombie. But that's more scripted sequences. That's no a thing that just naturally happens, unfortunately. It would be really nice if it did. It would be really bloody nice if it did. You'll get human enemies, and the human enemies can be really fucking annoying to fight against, because it can take so many bloody hits, and you're dodging and you're whacking them and you're dodging them, and then your stamina runs out after like 3 steps. That's another thing, the stamina bar, it's a bit shit. I don't like it. Time to get rid of stamina bars in games, because if I'm being honest, they add absolutely nothing but frustration for me. And it's like, oh, I'm swinging this fucking, I'm meant to be this military guy and I'm swinging this pole, and after the 4th swing he's knackered. You're like, I could probably do better than that. No, get rid of the stamina bar, bin it, shite, I hate it. So, buy this game, love it like I did, or don't, but at least give it a fair crack. I think it deserves that much. and we'll see what happens with the sequel. And let's move on to the next video. Well, segment. An online 4-player co-op shooter that you can play offline. Biggest problem with that is that if you're playing single player or playing co-op offline, you can't pause the game. That is an unbelievable irritation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the final segment of this video, and it is World War Z, or for our American cousins, World War Z. What is World War Z? Well, it is a... what's the best way to put this now? It's a Left 4 Dead clone. Third-person action shooter, wave shooter. But you go through levels, so you'll get to a certain amount of areas within a level, and you'll get hit with a wave of zombies. You'll have to destroy some zombies during the corridor sections, shall we say. I think it's a hell of a lot of fun. It was a very big surprise to me. I didn't think this was going to be good. Thought, oh, here we go. We're getting a World War Z game years after the film's release, which I thought was just bizarre. But, hey, do you know what? As movie tie-ins go, it's a really good one. It's one I'd happily recommend. The other one being Terminator Resistance. Anyone that loves Terminator should check that one out as well. So you get these two, which is, it's nice to see an uptick in the trend of movie licenses not actually all being fucking crap. Anyway, this got a bunch of free DLC as well, so that was nice. There's a few extra levels here and there, and they bring me back to the game. I've played this game on and off since it's been out because it's highly addictive. The only thing that annoyed me is about 6-7 months after it launched, it added microtransactions like costumes and weapon skins, and I'm like, ugh. Really? Why? Surely you'd have that at the start, then remove it the way they did with Shadow of War. People were not a big fan of that either. Yeah, it's bizarre and very annoying, and I'm just not a fan of shit like that. Doesn't stop me from enjoying the game because it's just cosmetic shit. As far as I can see, I've never really delved too deep into the microtransaction store side of things. I didn't even notice it until recently, so make of that what you like. But if you're really looking for a Left 4 Dead, looking for Left 4 Dead 3, this is going to fill that gap beautifully because it's the same thing. The only difference really being that it's in third person, and the wave, the way that the zombies run over things, run over cars, it's just like the film, which is great. It's just a shame that the film wasn't more like the book, because they weren't running zombies, they were Walking Dead zombies, slow zombies, Romero zombies. But then they decided to make them into runners, and then I thought, what the fuck is this got to do with World War Z? Oh, I know, Brad Pitt wanted a name so he could sell his movie. And I think it worked. I think it worked for him in the long run. I think they managed to make a nice wee bank on that movie. Supposed to have had a sequel. The sequel is about as elusive as the Avatar sequels at this point. Supposed to be out last June, so we're talking about over like nearly a year ago now. And I think it was June before that it was meant to be out again, so it's about a couple of years delay. I don't think we're ever going to see it. We don't really need to. Movie ended fine. It's like, oh, we found how to defeat the zombies. You know that. Right, okay, fair enough. Use sound, lure them into football stadiums and then blow them up. Might not work for the vast majority of the population because, well, there's millions of them, so have fun. It's not how the book ended. The book was quite epic, actually. They all get defeated and they all get pushed into the ocean. So they're this big sort of massive flotilla in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or whatever ocean it was, and they come up with a plan. They use the Iron Maiden song, The Trooper, and they all like sort of form a big line and they draw these zombies out and they just sort of they pew them to death. They pew them to death, and then just basically start hunting them all down. They lure them out of other dark places and start shooting them. As far as I can remember, I haven't read the book in years, but it's a bloody good book, and I'd highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to keep this to a minimum. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to do more videos on this, maybe another 2, at least another 1. Oh yes, this game is also available for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I'd throw that in there at the end. Should have thrown it in at the beginning, because people don't watch my videos to the end. On average, they watch about 5 fucking minutes. So. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next tunes, folks. Have a good day.